Y'all won't believe what Ryan Garcia had to say when it comes to Devin and Gervonta Davis fighting each other. We're going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to let y'all hear in the audio exactly what he had to say about that fight. But before we do that, make sure y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and you don't want to miss this one because we cooking. Right now, Ryan Garcia is at the top of the world. Yeah, I don't know how far the top go, but wherever it's at, that's where Ryan Garcia is at right now, man. And Ryan, he went out there and he shocked the whole world. Everybody's still talking about it. And one thing that I gotta say is Ryan beating Devin Haney, it was great for boxing. No matter if you was going for Devin or if you was going for Ryan, I'm not talking about all of that. I'm talking about from a boxing standpoint, because Ryan brings in the casual fan base, the people that don't know nothing about boxing. Ryan brings in a fan base that don't even watch boxing. And all of those people are now talking about what happened in the sport that we love, boxing. They all talking about it. You can't go on no platform that's not talking about Ryan Garcia right now, that's bringing eyes to boxing. So it was great that Ryan, with the type of following that he has, won this fight. Because when things like this happen, it makes the sport of boxing bigger. And man, we definitely need that in the sport of boxing. We need some big shit popping in boxing. And Ryan, man, he didn't damn near put the whole sport on his back. Ryan put the whole sport on his back. And I told everybody, I said, if Ryan goes out there and with everything that he's doing, he got everybody talking about him, everybody talking about he's crazy, he needs to be in a straitjacket. If he go out there and beat Devin Haney, and I also told everybody that it's very possible that it was going to happen. I said, Ryan Garcia may take over the sport of boxing, because we always talk about who is the face of boxing, who is the face of boxing. Right now, until he lose, until he take a L, if he does, Ryan is the face of boxing. Ain't nobody around the whole world talking about another fighter. I don't care where it's at. Ain't nobody talking about another fighter like they doing Ryan Garcia. Ryan is the face of boxing right now, and you can get mad if you want to. Now, I already know what fan base is going to cry about this, right? And I'm looking at it from a whole different perspective. Ryan is the face of boxing right now. That's just what it is. Does that mean that he is the best fighter in boxing? Absolutely not. But he definitely the face of boxing right now, because he putting boxing on the map. He is the fighter that got everybody talking about boxing right now. Nobody else. Now, how long that lasts, I don't know. You know, you up one day and you're down the next. And Ryan Garcia, one thing that he do need to do is get focused and take his craft serious. He around here bragging about drinking and partying every night before the fight with Devin. He said that he drank, I think that man said that he drank a Blue Moon on fight night. He said he was drinking a Blue Moon beer on fight night. He can't do that against the top elite fighters and continue to win. It just is what it is. But one thing that everybody was talking about, even more so than Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, before Ryan did what he did, everybody was talking about Devin and Tank. It was Devin and Tank, Devin and Tank. You had everybody split on who would win the fight between Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. That's the fight that the whole world wants to see. That's what everybody was talking about. It seemed like that fight became the biggest fight in boxing, if not the top 3 biggest fights in boxing. Now it's kind of like everybody, like, you know, just making it a foregone conclusion. Oh, Devin better be glad he stayed away from Tank. Devin better be glad that the Gervonta Davis fight didn't happen, because Tank would have did him worse than Ryan did. Everybody's just making that a foregone conclusion. But when you ask Ryan Garcia, he has a different outlook, because he's been in the ring with both of them. And this is what Ryan has to say about a fight between Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. Listen to this. Make sure you hit my like button, because y'all ain't hit my like button. Make sure y'all hit my like button and support the channel and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. Listen to this and we gonna come back and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what Ryan had to say.
How different was it fighting, like you getting hit by Devin, undefeated, you got hit by, Tank, what's the difference on the way you felt Haney's hit against Tank?
Well, Haney actually caught me. Gervonta, I didn't really, it wasn't a hard fight. I was just weak. That's not a hard fight for me. I will beat Gervonta Davis worse than I beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a harder fight than Gervonta. And I know everybody's like, they're going to go crazy right here. But at the end of the day,
You're saying Haney is a tougher fighter?
100%.
Okay, so put him, if Haney fights Tank, who wins?
Haney beats Tank.
Haney beats Tank if they fight?
Yeah, I know. Boxing's a wild sport.
Why do you say that? In what area does Haney?
Beats him out of just pure volume and just knows how to use his reach good. Tank will try to hurt him, but I don't think Tank could. Tank won't get to Haney. Definitely Haney will beat Tank. I know I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Ryan's crazy again," blah blah blah. But if it happens, I have Haney.
Okay, so you're not up for a rematch with Haney.
Not till he recovers. Like, we got to know if he's okay. Because I heard I broke his jaw. So he says I didn't, but that jaw did look broken. Can somebody bring up his jaw? I have broken a man's jaw anyways in sparring. That's why I'm like, that looked pretty broken to me.
Man, I already know Ryan Garcia done effed up because the backlash that he finna get from the Gervonta Davis fanatics, it's gonna be crazy. He gonna have to deal with that, but Ryan don't give a damn. But as far as what Ryan said, it sounds crazy when you hear it because you saw what just happened to Devin Haney, and we know the type of power that Gervonta Davis possessed along with the skills. Now, I've always thought this, right? I've never thought that Tank necessarily hits harder than Ryan Garcia. Ryan's bigger. He got fast whipping, lightning speed, and he can really crack. So when everybody is saying that, Devin Haney don't have no chin, I was saying that Devin Haney don't have no defense. And if you get hit by a fighter like a Ryan Garcia, you pretty much going out. You're going to get hurt. Gervonta Davis, he even knows that because you see when he fought Ryan Garcia, Ryan didn't even catch him real clean, but Tank Davis, he's smart. He know the whole Ryan, and then he got himself back together, and he eventually made Ryan get overconfident, and that's when Ryan walked in that trap, and Tank Davis got that flash knockdown. Where people that's on the outside looking in that don't really understand boxing, they don't understand that a flash knockdown doesn't necessarily mean that you're hurt, right? You can get hit with a harder shot and stay up and be a lot more hurt than you do if you just get hit with something real quick that you wasn't expecting, or you might have been off balance, or your feet was tangled and it's a flash knockdown. What Gervonta Davis hit Ryan Garcia with when he hit him with that shot, that hook, it was pretty much a flash knockdown because you seen Ryan Garcia pop right back up, and then he was the one that went towards Gervonta Davis, so he wasn't hurt. Now, he did say that Devin caught him with some shit, and Devin kind of hurt him for a second. And I remember what round that was. That was when Devin caught him with that. I forgot if it was an overhand or a straight right. And Ryan started banging his gloves together and was like, okay, yeah, you got me. Let's go. So, him saying that Devin will definitely beat Gervonta Davis and he has Devin Haney over Gervonta Davis, I've never agreed with that, right? I've always thought that, it was a close fight, but eventually Gervonta Davis will walk down Devin Haney and, eventually knock him out. But I also said that if Devin is in very, very good shape and he could use his legs for the whole 12 rounds, he might be able to stay on the outside and outbox Tank. So I said I gave it a close fight, but I gave the edge to Gervonta Davis to eventually get the knockout. That's how I've always felt about that fight. But Ryan Garcia, he's breaking the fight down from a stylistic standpoint. And I always tell people that styles make fights. Now, when it comes to Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, I understand that it'll be a lot more difficult for Tank to close the distance on Devin Haney than it was for Ryan Garcia, because Ryan is tall and he's long, just like Devin is. So it's a lot easier for him to cover the distance, even though Gervonta does have a lot better footwork than Devin Haney, but he's short and he got short arms. So it's difficult to close the distance with somebody like Devin that's moving a lot, that's giving you the lateral movement and trying to stay on the outside. So I understood that it was going to be difficult for Tank Davis to get past that jab and to close the distance on Devin Haney. But like I said, I always thought when he did it, and I felt that he was going to be able to do it later in the fight, he was eventually going to get to Devin and knock him out with that left hook. But I never thought the fight would be a mismatch. Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney, I always thought it would be a very difficult fight for Tank. Now, we don't know. We didn't get to see the fight. And this is why all of these fighters need to fight each other no matter what. Now, speaking of the fight now, and that's what it sounded like that Ryan was speaking of. He said that if they fight, he has Devin Haney beating Tank Davis. Absolutely not now. Devin Haney absolutely will not beat Gervonta Davis after what happened to him on Saturday night, because I don't believe when he's in there with a power puncher from now and a southpaw at that, he is not going to be the same. That beating is going to stay in the back of his head. I don't know what would have happened if they had a fought before he fought Ryan. We don't know. We can say what we think, but we just don't know because the fight didn't happen. And they should have went forth with making that fight happen, because the same position that Ryan Garcia is in, beating the undefeated Devin Haney that a lot of y'all was calling the best thing in the world since Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis, he could have got that same shine and credit, right? But it didn't happen because Leonard Ellaby was always, that fight ain't ready yet and all that BS. That's why all these fighters need to fight each other. That's how I feel about the situation at the end of the day. Do I agree with what Ryan Garcia said all the way? No, but they all got to fight for us to know. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. Tango talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
Top let down, weaving through the crowd with the bass up loud, just slide on the slab when I creep. Take a bath or you put your ass on them seats.